It was a chilly winter evening in the year 1812. Napoleon Bonaparte, the mighty Emperor of France, sat in his chamber surrounded by the opulent furnishing and a lavish decoration that befitted his imperial status. Despite his usual composure, Napoleon felt restless, his mind consumed by the weight of his ambitious plan to conquer Russia. As he drifted off to sleep, his subconscious began to weave a vivid and ominous dream. In the dream, Napoleon found himself standing on the bank of the Niemen River, the border between Poland and Lithuania. The air was crisp and cold. The river water flowed swiftly like a current of fate. Napoleon mounted the horse, feeling a sense of confidence and determination. He urged the animal forward and it began to cross the river. But as it reached the middle, the horse stumbled and Napoleon felt himself being thrown into the icy water. The shock was intense and Napoleon's body felt numb as he struggled to stay afloat. The water seemed to close over his head and he felt himself being pulled down the river. He tried to cry out for help, but his voice was muffled by the water. As he looked up, Napoleon saw the figure of a woman standing on the riverbank, watching him with a mixture of sadness and concern. She seemed to be beckoning him towards her, but Napoleon knew he couldn't reach her. He was trapped helpless and at the mercy of the river current. The dream shifted, and Napoleon found himself standing on the snow cover in the battlefield of Russia, surrounded by the remnant of his defeated armies. The cold was biting and the wind howled like wolves. Napoleon's soldiers were scattered, some lying wounded or dead, while others stumbled through the snow searching for shelter. As Napoleon gazed out the devastation, he felt a sense of despair wash over him. He knew his dream of conquest had been shattered and that his empire was crumbling around him. The woman from the riverbank reappeared, with her eyes filled with a deep sorrow. Napoleon woke up with a start, his heartbeat racing and his sheets drenched with sweat. He lay in bed, trying to shake off the feeling of unease that lingered long after the dream faded. He knew that dreams were just the product of the subconscious, but he couldn't shake the feeling that this one had been different. As the days passed, Napoleon pushed the dream to the back of his mind, focusing on his military campaigns and the conquest of Russia. But the memories of the dream lingered, a nagging sense of foreboding that he couldn't ignore. In the end, Napoleon's Russia campaign proved to be a disaster. His army was decimated and he was forced to retreat in defeat. The dream had been a premonition, a warning of the dangers that lay ahead. As Napoleon sat in his exile on the island of Elba, he would often think back to the fateful dream. He would wonder if he had been foolish to ignore the warning, and if he had been blinded by his own ambition. The dream had been a glimpse into the future, a reminder that even the most powerful among us are not immune to the whims of fate. Napoleon's legacy would be forever marked by the lessons of that dream, a reminder of dangers of hubris and the importance of humility. And so, the dream remained etched in Napoleon's memory, a haunting reminder of the transience of power and the inevitability of fate. As the sun set over the lonely island of St. Helena, Napoleon Bonaparte stood at the edge of the cliff with the Atlantic wind whipping at his coat. His once piercing gaze now softened with the weight of memory.